Have you ever wanted to cut a watermelon to serve guests but felt uncomfortable with juice splashing everywhere and your hands getting sticky? I used to feel very awkward every time I cut a watermelon, clumsy and afraid of making guests uncomfortable because of wet and sticky hands. After some time of searching, I learned a few very neat ways, both clean and beautiful, and guests can hold and eat without worrying about dirty hands. Today, I will share with you these simple tips so that the next time guests visit, you will feel much more confident. Let's watch right away. Before starting, I always wash the watermelon under running water. Then I dry it completely. It sounds simple, but this small action helps remove dirt on the outside so that when cutting, dirty water is not dragged into the flesh. This prevents dust from getting into the watermelon flesh when cutting. Where are you from? Please leave a comment to let me know. After washing, I often use a towel or paper towel to carefully dry the water on the surface of the watermelon to prevent water from dripping from the knife into the watermelon flesh when cutting. This makes it taste better and more hygienic. All right, next, let's see the ways to cut watermelon. Method 1. Choose a sturdy cutting board and use a sharp knife. I cut the watermelon in half, lengthwise. The bright red flesh appears, looking so appetizing already. First, take half of the watermelon and cut it in half lengthwise into 2 large pieces. Continue to cut horizontally in half to create 2 triangular slices. Choose one slice and gently use the tip of the knife to separate the flesh of the watermelon from the rind. Do this slowly so that the watermelon slice keeps its nice shape and does not get crushed. When it is separated, I cut evenly from left to right, each slice about 2 centimeters apart. Next, turn the watermelon slice around and cut symmetrical lines on the other side. Finally, cut from the top down to divide into small square blocks, still held tightly by the rind underneath. The result is you have a natural watermelon tray, both neat and clean. To eat, simply insert a few toothpicks or small forks into each piece, and you can enjoy immediately, without touching with your hands, and without worrying about juice dripping onto the table. When finished, just throw away the rind. No need for extra plates or washing dishes. This cutting style is very suitable when guests come over, for picnics or small parties. Children love it because it is easy to hold and looks different, while adults like its neatness and cleanliness. This is one of the quick but effective tips to make your watermelon much more attractive. Method 2. Next, with the remaining triangular watermelon slice, I will cut it in a fairly unique and fun way. First, cut this slice into small bite-sized pieces. Take one piece, place it horizontally on the cutting board, and use the tip of a knife to divide the rind into 3 equal sections. Then trim off both sides, leaving only the rind in the middle. The result is that you have a piece of watermelon that looks like a triangle popsicle or a small pine tree, both beautiful and easy to hold. When finished, arrange these watermelon pieces on a plate in the decoration style you like. Arrange in a circle, in straight rows, or interlace colors with a few mint leaves or thin lemon slices on the side to create highlights. The dining table will look lively and attract everyone's attention right from the start of the meal. What I like about this cutting style is that each piece has a natural handle, the rind left in the middle, which helps you hold it firmly without worrying about slipping or juice dripping on the table. This cutting style is very suitable for serving children because it is easy to hold, neat, and a little playful. Adults will also be excited because of the fresh and delicate presentation, turning familiar watermelon into a prominent highlight on the dining table. Method 3. Use the half of the watermelon you just cut. To make it easier to handle, I place the half watermelon face down with the rind facing up. This helps keep the watermelon stable, preventing it from rolling or slipping on the cutting board, especially when your hands are still slightly wet after washing. Starting from one end, I cut lengthwise into strips about 2-3 centimeters wide. keeping steady pressure so the cuts are straight and neat. An interesting fact: watermelon is more than 90% water and contains a compound called citrulline, which helps the body flush out toxins and supports blood pressure regulation. Citrulline is often concentrated in the white part near the rind, so don't throw it away. You can use it to make salad or juice, which is refreshing and healthy. Then turn the half watermelon sideways and continue cutting into small, even bite-sized cubes. I like this method the most because each piece of watermelon has the rind as a natural handle, keeping your hands clean and making it convenient for both children and adults. With this cutting method, the result is neat, juicy cubes that are easy to pick up, easy to hold, and can be eaten directly at the table without worrying about juice dripping on your hands or on the table. You can place them on a large plate, decorate with a few mint leaves or a little lime salt on the side, ensuring guests are impressed with both the look and the taste. Have you ever tried this cutting style? Share your experience in the comments. Method 4. Cut the large watermelon piece lengthwise into 2 equal smaller pieces. Take one smaller piece. This makes it easier to hold and handle. Then take one piece of watermelon and use a sharp knife to separate the flesh from the rind, keeping its original shape instead of cutting it into individual pieces right away. Next, cut the flesh into even blocks about 2-3 centimeter wide, but keep them in place as if they were still attached. Use both hands to gently push the flesh out, alternating left and right to form a small watermelon boat shape with a hollow center and raised edges on both sides. Just a few simple steps, and you have a watermelon boat that looks very lively and beautiful, especially when placed on a party table or a family dining table. When serving, I usually insert a few toothpicks or small forks in advance so that everyone can pick up each piece without touching them with their hands. Children love it because it looks fun while eating, and adults are pleased because the dining table stays clean. What I like most about this method is that watermelon juice does not flow out because the rind acts as a natural tray. After eating, just throw away the rind, no extra dishwashing. Very convenient for large family meals or outdoor parties. Method 5. The fifth method is a sweet and somewhat romantic way of cutting. First, I completely remove the watermelon flesh from the rind. Holding the watermelon piece in my hand, I use a knife to gently trim off the sharp corners at the bottom edge to form a natural curved arc. Then I make a thin cut along the middle of the watermelon piece. Finally, I cut it evenly into equal slices. The special thing lies in the finished product. The edge of each watermelon slice naturally curves into the shape of a heart, looking both delicate and full of affection. This is a perfect choice for preparing a colorful breakfast plate for kids, or creating something special for a romantic afternoon tea with your loved one. Just a few small steps can make the whole table look brighter and much more memorable. And with that, we have experienced 5 interesting watermelon cutting techniques, from neat cubes, a unique boat shape, a convenient mini tray, fun popsicle shapes, to heart-shaped pieces full of emotion. These little tips not only help you serve watermelon beautifully and conveniently, but also turn an ordinary fruit into an impressive highlight at any meal. If you found this video useful, please press like, share it with friends and family to spread these helpful tips every day. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss other interesting ideas. Thank you for watching and supporting. See you in the next videos.